So let's get started with this step by step so you know how to do it. Here we go, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think or if you have any questions. Here we go.
All right, guys, so we're going to start off the haircut by using our Prepare Liquid Tool Glide. This is a product that uses sunflower oil and coconut oil to help smooth the cuticle, seal the cuticle down so that the razor glides right over the hair. It also helps with your sectioning as well, and it helps cut down on frizz. So a great product for when you're working with a razor. So we're going to clip it away. What I did was I created a triangle section on the top of the hair. I started at the recession point right on top of the head, followed back to the midpoint of the crown, creating that triangle on the top, and then I went from that midpoint in the crown down to behind the ear, drawing a diagonal forward line on both sides to section off the haircut. Trying to keep the sectioning as simple as possible for you guys, because you don't have to overcomplicate sectioning. Just make sure that you have a purpose for everything you're doing, keeping everything organized. Now here's our two choices for carving combs. I'm going to be using both types of carving comb throughout the haircut. We're going to start off using our fine tooth carving comb, then we're going to move into the wide teeth later on in the dry cutting and texturizing portion of the cut. So this is a really simple technique in the back of the head. I'm going to create layering, but I'm going to hold everything at a low elevation. So everything straight down from the head, using a heavy stroke with the razor. The heavier the stroke, the more layering you get. So we're working on creating that shape in the back. I want to pop in quite a few nice short layer pieces and also create a ton of texture in the back. So this is what's so great about the carving comb, is that I hold down the entire back of the head, and just by the amount of strokes that I do in the back, that's how much texture and how much layering I create. Then I move into the side of the head and I elevate everything straight out towards me. What this is going to do is give me that higher elevation to remove more weight. I take my guide from the back of the head and I just start working that same pattern with the razor, nice heavy strokes, which is going to give me those short pieces to the layering. But because I've elevated the hair so high, it also disconnects the bottom for me and gives me a nice, keeps that longer length, preserves the length in the haircut. So we're creating that layering, the short layering throughout, but keeping that length at the bottom, which is what a lot of our guests want. They want to have that longer length, but they like the layer and texture. Now I'm going to switch it up with products today. This is Evo Whip It Good. This is a really awesome foam that was sent to me by the Evo company. So I've been playing around with their products a little bit. I wanted to do a quick review of this. I like the hold. I like the condition on the hair. So if you guys get a chance, definitely check out that product. It's a really nice foam. Now we're moving into our blow dry. Now my choice for blow dry was my Ergo blow dryer, nice powerful blow dryer, and also the Paul Mitchell 413 brush. I love this brush. It's a nice wide vent brush, so it allows a lot of air to the hair and it doesn't flatten the shape of the haircut. So I really want to use the curvature of the head. I'm doing that flat wrap motion and I'm using the vent brush to really lift it and add that volume in. So I'll just work my way around the head, pushing the hair back and forth. You're going to notice I don't go just one direction because I want to create that movement within the haircut. So now I've got the shape created. I'm going to go through. I'm going to use my Bricado VibraStraight iron. This is the iron I use on every haircut. Love the ceramic plates. Love the vibration that it creates. It lessens the friction on the hair. So if you're looking for a new flat iron, definitely check it out. But I'm going to go through just smoothing. Notice when I smooth the hair that I'm just following the head shape. I'm not trying to bend the hair too much. That's not what it's about. I'm trying to prep this for the dry cutting portion. Now we're going to go through. I'm going to use my 50% carve side of the carving comb, and this is all really based on your eye. So where you want the layering to be a little bit heavier, you just go through, you pinch the hair, and you carve away just to really sculpt that shape in. It's one of my favorite things about cutting with a razor or a carving comb is just the ability to go in there and create the shape that you're looking for based on your eye and really see that shape come to life. All right, so now I'm going to let down the top of the haircut. This is that top triangle section that we created. Add a little bit more of the Evo foam to it. and then blow dry, flat wrap that around. So what you guys have noticed in some of the past vlogs, if you haven't watched them, what I've been doing is breaking down the haircut. So what I'll do is I'll do the bottom portion of the haircut. I take it section by section. I blow dry that section. I smooth it. I finish the cut. Then I move into the next section, cut that, and then keep going, so on and so forth. The reason I like to do that is because I like to see the actual shape of the haircut coming to life as I'm doing it. So now I've got this kind of heavier portion sitting on top of the head. We're going to go through, do some texturizing with the carving comb. We're going to shift into our wide carving comb and create the bang area and the top layering. So I'm just going through, flat wrapping with the vent brush, then finishing it with the Bricado Vibra Straight iron, and then I'm going to go through and start my cutting. So key thing here, I'm going to section out what I've already cut because I want to really just work on that top triangle section. So I take out the top triangle section on one side, then I'm going to start working and cutting, combing everything forward over to me. So this would be on the opposite side of the chair, and just carving through. This is using the 100% carve side first, then I'll go through and do a little detail work with the 50% carve side. So we're working through here, 100% cutting. Then I go through, and now you can see me shift it, and just on the fringe, just on the edge of the fringe, I'm using the 50% carve side. A lot of you guys want to know how to create that kind of textured, shattered fringe look. The 50% carve side is the key ticket to doing that. So now I'm going to go through, this is my texturizing technique that's very similar to point cutting. It really removes a lot of weight and adds a lot of texture to the hair. So what we're doing is just moving the carving comb up and down. It cuts on both sides, so you're getting cutting motion on both ways. So now I wanted to put it into slow motion to really show you guys how this technique works. So you can see that as I flip up the hair, I'm really pinching the carving comb between my thumb and my pointer finger, and then allowing the back of the carving comb to have a little bit of freedom and movement in there, which allows me to flip it up and down. So this is very similar to how you would hold a drumstick. So if any of you guys out there have ever drummed before, this is definitely exactly where it came from. But it's just lifting the carving comb up, pushing it back down with your back fingers, your middle finger, and your ring finger, just flipping it back into your hand. So you can see the drumming motion and how that kind of works in there. So I take my section, I hold the carving comb pinched between my pointer finger and my thumb, and I just work it up and down and taking out some of that weight and breaking up the heaviness in the shape. So it's a pretty cool technique, definitely something unique to the carving comb, and it creates a really cool look on the head. Now we'll go through, do our final little cuts in there. This is again the freedom depending on the density of the hair and how you want to go about it. This is our Label M texturizing volume spray. This is a pretty cool product as well that was sent to us. So I'm just going to go through there, add a little bit of texture to the hair, add that volume in there, and just separate the pieces using the product. It's got a nice little wax hold to it. It thickens the hair really well, but it's not sticky, and that's one of the things I like most about this product. And that is our end result. Hope you guys like it. Definitely let me know in the comments below, and